What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel and the garage. Yeah, up on the jack stands again. But on a positive note, he's back up on the jack stands because I have a used steering box that looked relatively dry, and I think I'm gonna slap that puppy in so maybe we can have power steering again. There it is. It's relatively dry, other than the stuff that I spilt on it and sprayed just to get it off. I am going to use the old Pitman arm on this for right now, just to make sure that it's not going to leak or anything stupid on me before I just go and blow my money and put it on there. So we're going to pop off this lower steering column, and at that point I'm going to start disconnecting everything, holding this one in. It is still a 3-bolt. That's a 3-bolt. Awesome. This came off like a 94 truck and mine's an 88, so I figured it would work, but I don't know. It looks like it'll work. Let's make it happen. Be right back. Next, got 322s. I already took these out because that Pitman arm was kind of being a sore loser about coming off. So I popped out these 322s off the gearbox, and then I was able to take my pickle fork, put it up in there, and pop that joint free. The very next thing I have to do is I'm going to take the lines off of it. We have this one, and then we have this one. And then the rag joint. Slide that up, pull this all out, put the new one in reverse order. Alright guys, got that gearbox installed. Just got done topping off the fluid in this thing. Let's fire it up and see if I have power steering or if it's going to leak all over the place again. Fingers crossed. So, as you guys know, you saw me put the steering box on, and at that point I started it up and it was leaking still. Not as bad, a little bit, but it was still a pretty steady stream. It wasn't pouring out like it was before, but it was definitely still a pretty steady stream. So, watching it, figuring out where it came from, it totally looked like it was coming from the power steering pump. What would you know? With that being said, got a new pump put on. I took this to work so I could get it knocked out while I was at work since my puller was there. But that's knocked out. And at that point, we'll put it back on here because it's missing, and we're gonna try it again. Right here you can see that I'm tightening up the 5 bolts that hold the bracket onto the block. It's quick and easy, just a few 15s, popping that on, and then I move on to the alternator, putting the 2 bolts that hold that in, and obviously making sure your connections are good. And yeah, that's where we're at. Got that all put on now. There it is, back together. Belts are routed, lines are hooked up, fluids in it. I'm not gonna open it, I just put a fluid in it. You have to trust me on that. We got power steering finally. So that means the next test drive is gonna be a lot. And that test drive resulted in this. Shaving chunks of chrome plating. Shaving chunks of chrome plating off my wheels. That's how that went. So with that being said, I kind of got my feelings about it and it sat for a little bit because I was like, man, now I gotta order different stuff for it. So that kind of being a drivability issue, I ordered bigger spacer adapters for the wheels. So that's handled. And on top of that, I blew out a power steering hose. It was actually dribbling a little bit in one of the videos. So I got that, but hold in, because there's some more content coming out of this thing and getting some headers, and some of the interior is ripped out of Frank also. Why? Because harness bar. So stay tuned for that. But as always, hit that subscribe button and leave some comments, hit me up, ask me questions, whatever. I like to chit chat. I'll always try to holler back at you guys whenever I can. Y'all have a nice day.